Oh, hi, I'm Rachel Story, and today we're reading The Vanishing Lake by Patty Donnelly. Mira stared out the window as Granddad's car made its way through the countryside. He lived beside a lake called Lua Rima with his pet otter, Kara. Mostly, it was a pretty ordinary lake. It was wet, it was bigger than a pond, and it had a little island in the middle of it. However, there was one peculiar thing about Granddad's lake. Ever so often, for whatever reason, it would vanish. The whole thing, gone. When it would rain, the lake would fill back up again, and everything would seem normal until the next time it vanished. Sometimes it was there, then it wasn't, then it was there again. Every time Mira woke up to find the lake missing, she would ask Granddad where it went, and every time he had an answer for her. Must have been the sheep this time. They go swimming when it's hot and their wool soaks up all the water. That can't be true, Granddad. Sheep can't swim, said Mira. How would you know? He replied. The mermaids took out the plug again, he would say sometimes. Or I suppose it could have been Narwhal doing headstands again, said Granddad. They poke holes in the lake bed with their horns and all the water drains out. Then how come we don't see any mermaids or narwhals when it's all dried up? Asked Mira. Do you only believe what you can see? Asked Granddad. It was pretty cold last night, though. The lake could have frozen, and maybe the giant from over the mountain used it as an ice cube. Impossible, said Mira. Why are you so sure? Plenty of stranger things have happened, said Granddad. Mira would wander around the dry lake bed looking for clues to solve the mystery. She'd explore the tiny island, turning over every rock and pebble. But she still couldn't figure out why the lake was disappearing. She'd stay up all night trying to catch the lake vanishing, but she never could. It's no use, Mira said. I give up. It's a complete mystery, and I don't care where the lake goes. Follow me, said Granddad. Granddad hopped over the fence and started walking through the fields higher and higher up the mountainside. Mira followed. Where are we going? Asked Mira. You'll see, replied Granddad. Just be patient. Once they were higher up than Mira had ever been, Granddad lay down in the long grass and handed Mira his binoculars. Now we wait. They waited for a long time, staring at the lake. Mira was tired and almost ready to go back home. But then she saw them. Mammoths! There was a huge herd of massive mammoths surrounding the lake to have a drink. Mira couldn't believe her eyes. They come here when it's totally quiet and almost nobody is looking, whispered Granddad. But where do they come from? How are they here? Asked Mira. Granddad just smiled and said, I have absolutely no idea. Mira was stunned as she watched the mammoths drink the whole lake dry and then leave as quickly as they appeared. Now you have to keep this a secret, said Granddad. Nobody would believe me if I did tell them, said Mira. And as Granddad and Mira walked back home down the mountain, it started to rain. Author's note. Growing up on the north coast of Ireland, I was always surrounded by mythical stories of giants, magical creatures, and shape-shifting animals, all set in a stunning landscape from another time. All of this prompted my love for nature and storytelling. Luarima, the mysterious lake in the book, really does exist. It's located close to my childhood home of Valley Castle, and like in the story, it does in fact disappear and reappear ever so often. Often peat will block the holes, and it isn't long before a heavy shower of rain comes along to fill up the lake. Once the water reaches a certain depth, the water pressure will unclog the holes and turn the lake into a dry land again. The rain is never too far away in Ireland, though, so the lake will return before you know it. Scientists believe that the lake disappears and reappears because of its leaky chalk bed, loose soil, and plentiful holes at the bottom of the lake. Luarima is rare, but not unique. There are other lakes around the world that disappear and reappear for various reasons. In Australia, Lake George has vanished periodically over the years. Sometimes it's a huge lake with abundant fish and shrimp. Sometimes it's a prairie with stretches of grass and herds of cattle and sheep. The strange thing is, there's neither water flowing into the lake, nor is there a path for it to flow out. The lake is shallow, and during periods of drought, it dries up, sometimes staying this way for many years. As children, we used to always try to guess if the vanishing lake would be there or not, or whenever my parents would drive past it with a wonder like this on our doorstep growing up. It was easy to take it for granted. However, these magical spots in nature are all around us if you look closely. The combination of scientific discovery and a little imagination can help you discover extraordinary stories everywhere. The